Oh, hey. How do, YouTube? Don't mind me, I'm just taking a much-deserved rest after building this awesome 16-inch wide dining bench. It matches my dining table, so that's cool. And it's wide enough for me to lie down and take a nap on, which I think I'm going to do right now. So if you want to watch me build it, check this out.
Building a bench.
A bench, baby.
So we can finally all sit at our table.
In fairness, we can sit now, but...
Sure, but the table's been at half capacity.
Yeah.
Because we only bought 5 chairs. So one side of the table has just been empty for quite some time.
And what are the dimensions of the table? Or the bench, sorry.
The bench?
Yes.
The bench is 73 inches long, 16 inches deep.
Okay.
And about 18 inches high. It's the same height as our chairs.
Okay. But the cool thing that I like about the dimensions of the bench are that they're like proportionally smaller than the table.
Oh, yes. So like the table's base is 4x4 construction. The base of the bench is 3x3.
And that's what you're cutting up here, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Actually, these are the 4x4s as they were originally from the hardwood supplier. And I'm rough cutting them down to approximate size.
Approximately 3x3.
Yeah, so no, I'm not cutting these down to 3x3 yet. I'm literally just chopping them into like the appropriate pieces.
Got it, okay.
But then I will take and I will joint them and I will run them through the table saw and get them down to 3x3.
And the bench mirrors the table, so they have similar structure.
Well, they're both truss design.
Yep.
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 Yep. So here you can see I have all the pieces for one of the legs.
Yes.
And so I'm kind of just putting it together so that you can see like what exactly these things are. But this is still in 4x4 pieces. I haven't cut them down to 3x3 yet.
Okay.
That's what the jointer is for.
And this is not the problem machine.
This is the machine that is problematic.
Oh, okay.
However, this jointer works perfectly fine for anything that's like, 2 or 3 feet long.
Okay.
The problem that I'm having with that jointer is that when I go to, and you will see later, try to joint something that, for instance, is like 8 feet long.
Yeah.
The bed's just not long enough.
Does a little wobbly.
Yeah, well,
Yep.
You'll see. It teeters.
Okay.
And that's what causes the problem. I clamped the planer down because I read the documentation.
You read the manual.
I know, it's unbelievable. I actually pulled out the manual and read it, and it said that sometimes you get snipe because the planer is not secured appropriately to the workbench.
Okay.
Secure
that bad boy.
It didn't help.
Oh.
No, it didn't help. I still ended up getting sniped. But, I read the manual.
I'm
So,
shocked.
You got to give me something for that.
I'm impressed.
Now we're cutting these pieces of 4x4 down to 3x3.
Okay.
And in fact, I want to say I actually cut them down to about 3 1/4, I think, and then I sent them through the planer to get them down to 3 inches.
Why wouldn't they sell 3x3?
That's not a common, kind of dimension
Size?
that people are going to use. Yeah. I mean, in this case, it was just the 4x4 being the exact same dimension as the table.
Okay.
Just didn't seem right.
Okay.
So it was like, hey, if we like pull this down to 3x3, I think it's going to be like, it's like the table's little cousin.
Got it.
But yeah, no. I mean, like, they have 2x2s, which are actually like 1.5 by 1.5. They have 4x4s, which are typically 3.5 by 3.5.
Okay.
Sometimes you can actually find 4x4s that are actually 4 inches by 4 inches.
Okay.
But 3x3s, there's no call for that.
So that's a 4x4 and you're showing it up against the...
Yeah, here I decided to get, smart about things. Since I have to cut a bunch of these pieces and they're all the same size,
Yeah.
I put a makeshift stop block in. And this is one of the
there
things
you
that I
go.
really love about my new miter saw is that it has these like extension wings on
Yeah.
either side. I have a table for it. And as a result, I can do different things like this where I can actually just like clamp pieces of wood there. Another thing that's pretty cool is when I'm doing angles.
Wait, this is the first video that I think you've shown your new saw.
It might be. It might be. Yeah.
So we no longer have the Oliveira flip.
It's funny you should say that. There is an Oliveira flip in this video.
I think I saw it when you had to do that.
So, but yeah, the cut capacity on this is incredible. To be fair, I was trying to cut a 16-inch deep,
I know,
bench top.
yeah.
That's pretty big.
Coming soon. That was a spoiler.
Yeah, it's coming up.
Okay, so what are you doing here?
Cutting angles now to get everything to fit. The legs for the bench and the table are both 10 degrees off 90. So they don't run, perpendicular or parallel. They have just a slight angle to them.
Yep, okay.
And you have to cut the angle there. You have to cut the angle for, any stretchers. You have to cut the angle for the trusses.
What are you doing here? It looks like you're screwing something into your thumb.
I'm not screwing anything into my thumb, so don't worry. I'm putting a sacrificial fence on the back of my table saw so that I don't get tear out for when I make my dado cuts. So the bench, just like the table, is all what's called half lap joinery. And when you're doing half laps, you have to...
God, woodworking terms are so weird. Okay, half lap.
I don't know, half lap, because like half of the piece of wood lays over the other half piece of wood.
Why is it a lap?
I feel like that. That one, I don't know.
Yeah.
Ship, lap?
No.
I don't know. Maybe
No.
lap means to lay over. Get Maddie's dictionary out. I mean, we can figure this out.
Okay, go
I can't
on.
look it up right now.
Yeah, clearly.
Yeah. Anyway, so I'm using this little sacrificial piece of wood to help with tear out when I'm cutting the half laps.
Okay.
That's really the long and short of it.
So I don't understand what you're doing though. So we're like, the block is... What is the sacrificial piece? Like, explain this.
So
I'm
by
confused.
having
Sorry.
that piece of wood there,
Yes.
when I cut the half laps, sometimes at the end of the cut,
Oh, at the end. Okay.
pieces of wood will chip out.
So this little piece was the end. Okay. Got
Yes,
it.
and so by having that piece of wood there, there's no chip out on the end of that cut.
Yes.
So you get a
It's
real
clean.
nice clean
Yep.
cut.
Okay.
Yep.
That makes sense.
That's
I got
it.
Well, good job.
See, and then we have these legs, which are at an angle.
Yeah.
And what's tricky about this is to do a half lap, I have to cut that half lap also at an angle.
Okay.
So the way that I do this is I take that same sacrificial fence and I take the leg and align it to the table saw's fence.
Okay.
And then that gives me the angle I need for the sacrificial fence here on the back.
Okay.
And then when I run it through, I get my angle.
Oh.
And I get it perfectly.
Look at that.
Yep. You cut those half laps out, and then your stretcher just fits right in there.
Excellent.
Now, obviously, I have to cut the stretcher as well.
Sure, because
But that's
it's not gonna
basically
stick out
the
like
structure
that. Yep.
of the leg,
Yep.
what you're seeing right there.
Cute little legs.
Yeah,
They're super cute.
they are.
What are you doing here?
So I'm setting up another block, stop block. This time, what I'm doing is I'm using the offcut that I used from when I cut the leg originally.
What's the so the extra cut, the extra piece?
So when I cut the leg at the angle,
Yep.
it produced a little piece of wood that had an angle in it.
Got it.
By using that as the stop block, I have the exact angle that the leg needs to be at, so I can just shove it up against there and cut, and get that leg perfect 4 times. Like this.
Not bad. Okay.
So the angle is perfect for that stretcher. And now what we'll do is mark out for the half lap that we have to cut out of that stretcher.
Yeah.
So, this is just tons of half laps.
This is very technical.
Honestly, it really is.
Yeah.
It really is.
So when I was like,
gives a
why
nice
aren't you
look.
done in 3 days? You're like, well, because this is very technical. You could have said that to me.
Yeah, I don't think I said that though. But
No, I know.
look, see? Then it just slides right in. I
Yeah.
make it look so easy.
You kind of do.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So now
I'm impressed
this,
with this one.
I actually cut my half laps on my 2 main stretchers
Okay.
using the miter saw, which was super cool. It has a depth stop on it.
Okay.
So that it makes it so that I can bring the saw down and it won't cut all the way through. Yep.
Okay. So pretty.
Yep. So now I'm using this scrap piece of wood as a template for my trusses. And that way it allows me to really kind of nail, that fit.
Yeah.
You want to get it really nice and snug. And I actually underbought for 4x4s for the base of this, but I had a little bit of wood left over from the pergola we were married under.
That's so nice.
Yeah, so I've managed to squirrel away some of that wood.
Because we made
over
the pergola
years.
that we got married
We
under.
built that pergola, together before
That
the
was
wedding.
like the beginning. Well, no, you made stuff before that. I was
I
going to say
did,
that was the
but that was
beginning
some
of
of
your
the
woodworking.
the early woodworking.
Yep.
Yeah. So I had some leftover 4x4, and it had some nice straight vertical grain in it.
Okay.
So I cut out 2 really prime pieces and used them for the trusses.
Is it like the foundation of the bench? Can we say that like we were married under the foundation?
I mean, it's literally the support. That's what makes it strong.
That's really sweet and sentimental.
Oh,
I like that. Good job, buddy.
good job. Well, wow. I'm speechless, I guess.
Yes, you are.
This is my new fancy wire brush device. It's called the Restorer, and it really beats wire brushing by hand.
Who got that for you?
My wife got it for me for my birthday, I believe.
She must be amazing.
But it's beautiful. You literally just run it over the wood one time. You get a perfect uniform wire brushing.
Yeah, it looks really pretty.
It really looks good.
Yep.
Yeah, the wire brushing. I mean, I used to basically chuck a wire brush up in my drill and then stand there and just drill with the wire brush.
Yep.
And just took so long, so tedious. And if you made any mistakes, you had to sand down and then wire brush again. This thing, you literally just run it over the wood one time. You have perfect wire brushing.
Super cool.
We're gluing up the legs now.
So you had a little instrument in there before. It was the air reader. What is that thing
Oh,
called?
yeah. I just wanted to see what that wire brush generated in terms of a lot of dust in the air.
Yep.
It actually wasn't too bad.
That's good.
I'm chamfering the legs, as I know you love.
I love me a good chamfer.
Yes, you do. Yes, you do. And for the construction of the legs here, the top of the leg needs to be bolted down into the legs. And I'm using these really cool GRK fasteners. They're almost like bolts, and then they have a special kind of star lock head.
Oh yeah, you love these things.
Yeah, they are fantastic, very, very strong. Just give them a little tap so that I have a reference hole. Pre-drill the reference hole in the leg, and then screw those bad boys down in there.
Nice.
Yep.
Very nice.
They really hold well. I set up this little I don't know what to call it, but it's like a cluster of clamps.
Okay. Clamp
and
cluster.
screwed them down in there.
There's probably a woodworking term that makes no sense.
Nah, we'll go with cluster of clamps.
Okay.
This is where I assembled the bench because I don't have any flat surface in the garage
I did
anywhere.
not know that.
So I put it together in the living room, and I didn't spill any glue anywhere.
That is so
that my
bold.
wife would not get upset with me all over our beautiful floors.
I would never get upset with you. You would get upset with yourself. Let's be honest.
I would find a way to get that glue up
Yeah, true.
if I caused a
True.
problem.
Yeah, that's true.
But in hindsight, I probably could have put a drop cloth down.
That's what I'm like. Why didn't you put
Didn't even-
anything?
not a
you could have
thing.
used Izzy's
Nope.
paint pad thing.
Nope. We're still working on getting some electrical out in the garage. And
Hey,
until
we got
then,
the saw, so
I am
slow your roll
still
there.
running my
Slow
14
your roll
extension
there.
cords out to 2 outlets. So that's fun. Oh, here's that little problem. So you got this big piece of wood.
Okay.
You got a real small bed on the jointer, and it's going to teeter and totter all over the place.
So there's
on
no
you.
way to put a weight
Whoop,
on it,
there it goes.
like a weighted.
It's just need to get a bigger jointer, not a tabletop jointer to joint 8-foot boards. That's it. Yeah. No fancy little tricks. Just got to have the right tool for the right job.
That sounds very expensive.
It's not inexpensive.
Okay.
So here I appear to be ripping a straight line on the table saw and recognizing that that's not going to do the trick because the straight line that I ripped from the jointer was not good. So I used the track saw, but I forgot to record it. So that's me showing you what it would have been like if I used the track saw. Forgot to hit record, but hey, look, see, there's the track. You can tell I used the track saw.
Yes, we can. We can
but
see
I
that.
didn't record it.
We can see that.
Came out nice though. The join was like beautiful. In fact, literally, the join on the tabletop, or I guess the bench top, probably the best glue job I've ever had.
Why would you need a joiner if you have a track saw?
To do the face of the wood. You can do the edge with the track saw, but you can't joint the face of the board.
Well,
you can, however, use a sled on your planer, and I'm going to try that next.
Okay.
That's the next thing I'm going to try.
Okay. And you just glued up the top.
Glued up the top. It's looking good.
Where the tushes are going to go.
Where the tushes go.
It's such
you got it.
I love how wide it is. It's so nice.
Yeah, it's interesting. When I made it, I kind of thought like, man, this thing seems ridiculous. But when I sat on it, I was like, this is perfect.
It's like, it's not one of those benches where you're like, oh my gosh, the sad person got the bench. It's really.
The flip.
So why didn't you use a track saw for this?
I could have.
Yeah.
I mean, I have very long stretches of track.
Yeah.
And this is only 16 inches.
Okay.
I thought my saw was going to make it. It just missed. I mean, it literally maybe an inch. It didn't cut through like an inch. So like I probably have like a 14 or 15 inch cut capacity on this saw.
Okay.
And like I said, the depth of the bench is 16 inches. So close. But I did
have to do a little
flip
flippy.
it over. Here it is.
Flippy.
The flip.
Yeah, I was wondering.
Oh, well.
Oh. I thought you were going to break it right here.
That would be really sad. No,
yeah,
I did not.
Looked a little bendy.
Well, it's 73 inches long. Well, I mean, at this point, it's actually even longer because I made it longer and then cut the ends off.
So you cut it down. Yeah, that makes sense.
And that way, too, so the snipe that I get from the planer, I'm able to just cut the snipe off.
Oh, okay. Well, that's nice.
Because the planer snipe that I get on my planer, it's about the last 2 inches of each board.
Okay.
So you just account for it, cut it off.
Okay. And now you're sanding.
Sanding, cleaning in between grits. Very important so that you don't leave little scratch marks everywhere.
What grit did you use?
Well, I started at 60, and then I did 80, and then I did 120. Rubio suggests you don't go above like 150.
So the higher,
I like to go to 120.
The softer?
Yeah.
Okay.
And then I used the restorer and got these beautiful little wire brush marks.
That you love so much.
Yep.
They're pretty. I like them too.
Then obviously you want to go back and hit up the corners, anything that you're going to touch.
Yep.
And now I have to install the trusses to complete the base.
Oh, that's right. Okay.
So we measure out for where they're going to be. Use the Forstner bit to get that nice big round hole to get that GRK fastener through.
That you
and
love
then I'm
so
using
much.
this little device that I have, which is pretty cool.
Okay.
It is a hex bit that goes right into your impact driver.
Okay.
But it has a regular like drill bit and chuck so that you can chuck up any kind of drill bit. It doesn't have to be a hex bit. Any kind of drill bit into your hex driver. Which makes it so that I have one drill and I use it literally for everything. And I love that rigid drill. I mean, I've had that driver for, I don't know, like 12 or 13 years, and it's as good as the day I got it.
Currently not sponsored.
No.
No.
But happy to be.
For sure, happy to be.
So we got the trusses installed, so that's all good, and now it's time for some finish. I went with my usual fave, which is white 5% Rubio. Love it.
So pretty.
Use the old Scotch-Brite
Rubio
pad
is
to
so
rub it
smooth.
in. Rubio
It's such
is
a great
fantastic.
product.
It's like there is a definite finish. I don't want to say it's like raw wood.
Yep.
It looks
It's
like
not raw
wood,
wood because I'm not a fan of raw wood.
but there is a finish to it, and it's just outstanding.
You know what it does? It just accents.
Yeah.
It's like really good makeup. You don't know that it's there, but it makes everything prettier.
Okay.
Yeah.
That's actually probably a really good analogy, but
I know.
I just don't really have much reference there. So I'm going to take your word for it.
You should take my word for it.
So we Rubio the base all over, here, there, everywhere. I didn't miss any spots. I put a bunch of danger tape on it so the kids wouldn't jump on it because the base was not connected to the bench top.
I like these clips a lot more than the clips that you did for the table.
Yeah, I use Z-clips to fasten the tabletop, and I found these tabletop fasteners. I found them on Amazon, and I really like them. They worked well. I just pre-drilled my holes and then popped them in with some. I used like a truss head screw, or pan head screw, I should say.
Okay.
So that they just like lay flat against the little piece of hardware, the tabletop fastener. And they were super strong. I mean, I lifted the bench several times just by the bench top, and it didn't feel like wobbly or scary
not
or
at all.
like, oh no, the top's gonna fall off and the bottom's gonna come crashing down, and nope, nothing like that. So I really like them. I'll use them again. I might even go back and replace the Z-clips.
I was going to ask if you were going to do
on the
that.
dining room table.
Yep.
And now
you're
we're
just putting everything in?
round and third here.
Nice.
Here she comes. She's heavy.
She's pretty.
That is.
She's so pretty.
In that clip initially, when I came around the corner, I was like, oh God, it's heavy.
Yeah. She's lighter because she needs to cure.
Yeah, I mean, so it's curing now. I literally
Currently,
just put the Rubio on like the day before.
Yep.
It will match up in color as time goes on.
Oh, so pretty.
Yeah, I think it came out.
Love it. Looks
I'm
great.
a fan.
Good job, honey.
Thank you very much.
Another job well done.
We have like a little dining area now.
Don't look, we're like finishing stuff.
Hey, what a video, huh? You know what else this bench is good for? Not just taking naps. It's sitting on and drinking coffee after your nap. Links are down below. I did use some cool new tools this time around. Cool new tools? That's kind of hard to say, right? We got the track saw, the Makita track saw. Very, very cool. And of course, relatively new tool, my new miter saw, which, wow, the cut capacity on that thing really made this great. Although I did still have to rely on the Olivera flip. But hey, 16 inches wide. Nice and comfortable, very stable, no teeter-tottering on this thing. Hope you enjoyed the video. We'll catch you next time.